What's up, everybody? Circus here, coming at you with a Zexal weapon update. And Herb says the skill is, in fact, broken.
Well, the skill is bugged. I don't know about broken, but the skill is definitely bugged.
Bug is another word for broken.
Well, okay.
You're saying it's broken!
You're twisting my words.
I'm saying it's broke. You know what I mean?
It is broken in the fact that it doesn't work as intended.
Okay, see?
And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. You were saying it's broken, like it's really good.
No, that's not what I was saying.
I'm just saying it's broke.
I'm pretty sure you and Rye released a clickbait video the other day saying that it was broken Git.
No, I said, is it? See, that's the clickbait part of it. You know what I mean? I didn't say it was. I just said, is it?
Wait, but then in the video, didn't you say it was broken Git?
I don't know. I might have said it was broke, like it's not working properly.
Just go over to the video and check out and see if they did or not.
Yeah, there's no reason to do that. Yeah, let's not do that. All right, so what's the deal? What's wrong with it?
So basically what's going on right now is, if you're unfamiliar with the skill, it's a new skill for Yuma, and it says, after transforming to Zexal, add 1 C39 Utopia to the extra deck. Each turn, you can look at the top card of your deck before drawing it, and before conducting your normal draw phase, you can change the top card to any ZW monster you want, and then the secondary effect of it is can be used at the beginning of your main phase. Play 1 ZW monster from your hand. So the bug right there is it says can be used at the beginning of your main phase. Play 1 ZW monster from your hand. The way the skill currently works, it doesn't actually have to be at the beginning of your main phase. So ideally, it's supposed to work like a card like Heatwave. So Heatwave, if I can pull it up really quickly.
I believe it says something like at the start of your main phase, right? And like it has to be like the first thing that you do.
Yeah, let me pull up the exact text. Heatwave says, this card can only be activated at the start of main phase 1. Neither player can normal or special summon an effect monster. Okay, so at the start of the main phase. So that's essentially the beginning, the same thing as the beginning of the main phase, right? I mean, I don't really see how you could say that there's a difference between those two.
It says can be, right? Can be. It can also be used later in the main phase, right? Is that?
Yeah, so either the text was improperly translated from Japanese, or this is just not working as intended. And there's not any maintenance updates or like acknowledgments of it being an issue. So normally if there's an issue, there'll be like a clear thing that'll say issue
right
in the issues part. But currently there's nothing like that right now. So they don't know about it.
Or is it working as intended?
But then they should still fix the text. That's what they've done in the past, is they fixed the text in the game. So there is an issue. It's just what the issue is. Is the text not right, or is the effect not right?
So really it comes down to, is the skill broken or is it broken, right?
Yeah.
Because why don't you explain the difference?
Yeah, so the difference right now is that the way it works currently, you are able to play around Treacherous Trap Hole and Xyz. So the way you do that is you would normal summon a monster or special summon, whatever. You summon a monster, and then you would be able to special summon a ZW from your hand. Since you can't react to skills, they can't address that summon, they can't Tretch, they can't do anything like that. And then you'd go straight into your Xyz and then pop off that way.
Right.
If the skill is working as intended, you would have to special summon a ZW from your hand, and then normal special summon anything else. And then your opponent would be able to react before you Xyz.
Okay. So is the skill broke or broken?
I would say at the moment it's not like broken, right? It's just broke.
Okay. So what should it be? What should it be? Do you think it should be at the start of the main phase, or what's your preference?
I think that if it was at the start of a main phase, it would be really, really weak, right? So I think that they should change it so you can just special summon at any point, honestly.
So you want it to be broken?
Yeah, well, I want us to have good stuff, right? And not many decks are even abusing it right now. If it was like super, super good, other decks would abuse it. And that's not really happening. I mean, like Teller Knights won a tournament with it, but that's a lot of because people just misplayed.
Right.
But then we haven't seen it in the next day, so I mean, it's not really an issue right now. I don't think. It's just something where I would like the game to be consistent with itself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would like we put a lot of money into the game. I'd like for their stuff to work as intended, or for it to actually like be proofread once.
Well, I guess we've been seeing this kind of, maybe not skills being broke or broken, whichever way you want to look at it in the game, but we're seeing a lot of these like almost like cheater skills becoming more and more commonplace in the game with like Ultimate Dragons, like, oh, I'll take that poly from outside of the deck and bam, or like Territory of the Sharks, you know, it's like, come on, all of a sudden you get like,
or Onomatopoeia, you just get two different
right,
cards.
right. So there's like these crazy anime skills that are actually becoming good. Is that a problem in the game, or is that what we need more of?
I think that was kind of like what Duel Links was designed to do.
But the skills just weren't that good, or there weren't cards to like work with them, or
well, the skills were good. It's just they weren't specific enough, right? So Onomatopoeia, Territory of the Sharks. This skill is more generic than the other two, but are all still fairly anime related. Stuff like No Mortal Can Resist. You know, like it was probably the strongest skill to ever exist in Duel Links, and it's the way that it was.
Well, when there's a graveyard meta, yeah, right.
Yeah. So
before that, who cares? It was so useless.
Yeah, as well as like Sealed Tombs.
Right.
Or I'm thinking about like Mass Tribute.
Or even like Balance. You know, Balance was just used in a lot of. You know, it's really generic.
Yeah, so it's not that we haven't had good skills before. It's just they were still good. It's just they weren't specific. And I would rather have good skills, but them be specific than just have like everybody run the same skill.
Well, here's another point I want to bring up. Is it used to be if you needed a skill to make your deck work, your deck sucked. But now decks entirely rely on these skills to work, right?
Yeah. Well, that's back when we had like Sealed Tombs.
Right.
And so if you needed a skill for your deck to work, you couldn't run Sealed Tombs, therefore the deck sucked.
Well, like, remember Cyber Style was like the starter skill for like a lot of decks? You know, it's
like it was like UA. I mean,
right.
It was
there were so many decks that would just use Cyber Style to get those tributes out into the field or something like that, right? So it's kind of flip-flopped, right? Now it's okay to be using these overpowered skills to make your deck work because they're what? Just because
I just think it's because there's an absence of like super powerful generic skills, right? So like if Sealed Tombs was still a thing, people would still have that opinion, and like from my point of view, because the thing is that like I said, they couldn't run Sealed Tombs, therefore the deck sucked. Like we could still have Territory of the Sharks, but that would suck if you couldn't run Sealed Tombs,
right?
Because the meta was Sealed Tombs, like that's it, or Beatdown,
right?
So if you needed a skill, you didn't have access to these even more broken skills.
Well, those were also because they're meta reliant, right? Because I can't remember what decks were hot at the time, but shutting off someone's graveyard for one or two for that one turn was huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, shutting down like a Crystron Grave or a Dark Lord Grave or all of those things. But even like the point still stands. Like if you can't play a super powerful generic skill and you needed a consistency skill, you missed out on a lot of power.
But now it's kind of like flip-flopped, right?
Yeah, as there aren't very many good generic skills anymore, besides like Ties That Bind. But Ties That Bind
is this a good move for the game? I kind of like it because it's kind of getting to that anime feel that they want, right?
Yeah, it's more fun. Like because before you used to see a Shizu and you'd have no idea what deck you're running into.
Right.
I'm playing against Sealed Tomb.
Just you just have to know that you're playing into that, but what deck? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I like an anime themed deck kind of thing. The only potential downside is that maybe they don't release as good of stuff for non-anime decks. Right. So all of those decks won't get skills, but all of the anime decks will. Right. So that it creates a disparity there. But if the idea is you want to do fan service to the anime, then it's working perfectly.
All right, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I kind of like the way it's going. Like Herf was saying, it kind of sucked back in the days, just always running into the same skill over and over. So I like these very specific skills. It gives it more of a flair, I guess, to the game. So let us know what you think in the comments below. But you should get in our Discord to discuss it too, because it's free. The tournaments are free. The new player help is free. Herf's shuffle over there is free. We're gonna get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Herf.
See ya.
We'll see you next time.